Welcome to the Pooh. I am your host, E. Diddy, and in honor of one of our Super Bowl participants, we will be talking Tyreek Hill. More importantly, we'll be talking about where he stands on the most yards in one quarter list. In case you hadn't already heard, Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill had a quarter for the ages this year, 2020, versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In all, he caught 13 of his 15 targets for 269 total receiving yards, and he found the end zone on 3 separate occasions. But what is more impressive is that he caught 7 of 7 passes in the first quarter alone for a whopping 203 receiving yards. He also scored twice.
I'll use my cheetah speed to satisfy my greed.
Now, that combination of 7 catches and over 200 yards in a single quarter is a record that only the cheetah holds. An amazing accomplishment for sure, one that hadn't been approached in damn near 15 years. Now, going back to 1980, there are only 2 other players that have managed 200 yards in a single quarter. And as impressive as Tyreek was, he is only number 3 on this list of most yards in a single quarter.
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
In second place, we have Lee Evans of the Buffalo Bills. He had 205 receiving yards on November 19, 2006, as the Bills squeaked out a victory against a very game Texans team in a record-breaking quarterback shootout between David Carr and J.P. Lossman. Yeah, well, at one point, Houston quarterback David Carr tied an NFL record with 22 straight completions. But Lossman found Lee Evans on not one, but 2 separate 83-yard touchdowns in the first quarter. Strangely enough, this was one of only 2 300-yard passing games for Lossman in his entire career. And this season was Lee Evans' best season by far. That being said, Evans did have a knack for catching long touchdowns, and he also has an 85 and an 87-yard touchdown on his resume. And first place belongs to Qadry Ismail, Baltimore Ravens. He had 210 receiving yards in the greatest of all receiving quarters back on December 12, 1999, when the Missile, brother of the Rocket, caught for 210 yards in a third quarter against the Steelers. Prior to this, the Missile had only topped 120 yards in an entire game on one single occasion. His 256 yards by the end of the game nearly doubled his career high at the time, and his 3 touchdowns that day account for an 11th of his career total.
Damn!
And he accomplished this amazing feat after taking a monstrous shot to the ribcage that apparently gave him stomach pains for the rest of the game, making this feat even more impressive. And that total of 210 yards is the record that still stands to this day for the most receiving yards in a quarter. So tell me, which one do you think is most impressive? Is it more impressive to have to earn your yards on 7 of 7 catches in a quarter? Or is it no different than catching 2 very, very long touchdown passes and then adding in another catch or 2 to pad out your yardage total for the quarter? Let me know down in the comments. Mash like, mash subscribe. I'll holla at you later. Peace.